Hi fellow breeders, Mike Miola here from our fabulous breeding facility at Silver Spurs Equine in sunny Scottsdale, Arizona. In this blog, I'd like to talk to you about a subject that is near and dear to my heart and very important for breeding future reigning champions. That being breeding to the champions of the past. I am sure that you are well aware of the fact that the world of reining has changed dramatically over the past few years. Not only have the purses increased, but the athleticism required of our horses to win those purses has increased dramatically as well. As a breeder, I'm constantly torn between breeding prospects that I know will sell for high prices because of the popularity of our current champion stallions and mares, which by the way we call our cash crop, or breeding to our champions of the past, which we call pedigree breeding. In the end, I'm sorry to say, I usually breed the vast majority of my mares to my cash crop stallions, but that's going to change. And let me tell you why. While the few pedigree weanling prospects we do breed usually do not sell for the high prices our cash crop weanlings do, they are the ones I'm most proud of because they are very talented and are the ones that keep our bloodline strong. Too much in or generational close breeding is just not good for the future of our breed. Now, unfortunately, these foals do not, even though they're talented, do not wind up in the hands of a major trainer because those trainers will usually gravitate to our cash crop foals. And that's a shame because my pedigree foals are just as talented as my cash crop foals and in many cases even more talented. And why shouldn't they be? After all, these are the direct offspring of the stallions that made reining what it is today. Don't forget, Boomernick and Trashadaeus ushered in the modern era of reining. In fact, Boomernick's turns in the 1992 Futurity are still 1.5 turns, and his offspring owned a full decade of reining with incredible champions like Boomerjack, Boomernicker, Commander's Nick, and Boomshernick. And who can forget how Big Checks to Cash, Conquistador Whiz, and Einstein's Revolution brought a whole new meaning to the term sliding stop. And remember, what Boomernick and Trashadaeus did in the bridle, my Wimpy and Smoking Whiz did on a loose rein. These are the champions that defined reining. They're not also ran, these are the ones that made it what it is today. Fortunately, many of my non-pro breeders know and remember how great these champions of the past are, and they loyally breed to them. I constantly get calls from my non-pro breeders telling me how much they love their offspring from these stallions, telling me how easy they are to train, how athletic and sound they are, and how smart they are, etc. Over the past few years, most of the offspring earnings from these stallions, in fact, are from non-pros. And here's just one example of what I'm talking about. Boomshernick, who has offspring earnings of a little over $555,000. But here is the important thing. Over 85% of those earnings are non-pro earnings. And here's another beauty. You know, trainers have said to me that while my past champion stallions may have been great in their day, today they would not even make the finals. And to that, you know what I say? Nonsense. It's the training technique and the performance requirements have changed, not the athleticism and talent of my past champion stallions. I'll bet you, had these stallions been trained to perform like today's stallions, they would outperform them, and they'd be a lot sounder and a hell of a lot larger, just like my Iceman. Now, I believe there are more great ones to come from these great past champion sires, and Silver Spurs is going to prove it by breeding these magnificent stallions to our great mares, and we urge all of our breeders to do the same. Here's the icing on the cake. Due to generational breeding gaps that have occurred over the years by not breeding to these stallions, like my Iceman, any breeding to Boomernick, Trashadeus, or Conquistador will be a complete outcross. What could be better for the industry? Now, Silver Spurs is the owner, custodian, distributor, whatever you want to call it, of the frozen semen of most of the champion stallions of the past. And here's the best part. To make it easy for our breeders to breed to one of these great stallions, we're offering an exclusive and special deal to breed to 3 of the best. We're offering 10 frozen semen breedings, each to Boomernick, Trashadeus, and Conquistador Wiz for only $1,000 of breeding. And that includes the frozen semen fee. All you pay is the $1,000 plus semen shipping. And these are frozen semen breedings, not ICSI breedings. And we're using frozen semen from when they were youngsters. So if you want to see how great these foals look or buy one that we bred, Silver Spurs, Oklahoma is the only place where a prospect buyer can go to see the offspring of these champions of the past alongside the weanling foals of today's champions. Silver Spurs, do you know this? Silver Spurs puts over 150 foals on the ground each spring, and we sell every one of them on a first-come, first-served basis. Typically, we're sold out by the middle of October. So if you want to see the best in the industry, I urge you to come early. Otherwise, you're going to miss out. Now, I would like to give you a few highlights of our 2025 breeding program. First, we are well aware of the toll that inflation has taken out of everyone's income. Personally, I can't believe how expensive everything has gotten. So to help our breeders, we have deflated the breeding fees of the majority of our stallions. And finally, Silver Spurs has the best stallions and offspring in the industry, and to prove it, we always put our money where our mouth is. For both breeders and prospect buyers, we sponsor the highest stallion incentive awards in the entire industry, and that being our $1 Million Challenge. We are in our second year now, and so far we've awarded over $185,000. And what's amazing to me is how few people even know that it exists. We advertise this every month in the Rainer. It's plastered all over our website and is a provision of all of our breeding contracts. And still, when we award the winner of a sponsored event, most of the time they didn't even know they had it coming. Go figure. Anyway, here's how it works. Simple. Win on the offspring of any of our stallions except Paleface Stunted at the NRHA Futurity or Derby, and I'm talking all levels, open and non-pro, as well as several events in Europe and Mexico. And Silver Spurs will, in most cases, match the purse awarded, and in some cases even exceed the purse. So check out our website for all the events and all levels included in the challenge, as well as our fabulous payouts. You'll also see photos of past winners. Now, there's no nomination fee like all the other incentives. We ask for nothing. The mere fact that you are competing on a horse sired by one of our stallions makes you eligible to win the challenge. And last year, we came very close to awarding the winner of the NRHA Futurity with a $350,000 check, and I sincerely hope that I have the honor of writing that check in 2024. Remember, no one, and I mean no one, supports its breeders and prospect buyers like Silver Spurs. And I urge all of you, get in there, breed to our studs, buy our prospects, and get in there and win it. You'll make me the happiest guy in the world.